This is a catchweight contest. Fighting out of the blue corner, Bradley Carroll.
Bradley Carroll making the walk to the Endouro Fight Series cage, making his debut tonight out of Flux Jiu Jitsu in Newcastle, New South Wales. What a walkout song it is, absolutely getting the crowd pumped up, ready to go as Brad Carroll, deadpan look down the camera.
That's right, looking absolutely ready to go, no nonsense here. He walks straight out, he is straight into getting ready, getting his shirt off, getting his final instructions from his corner, and he'll be heading into the cage shortly.
Yeah, when we spoke to Brad about his favourite weapons and his style of fighting, he told us he was unorthodox and he wants to implement the left jab in this fight. So we'll see if he can get that done versus Riley Lutton in the second fight of the night here at the 11 o'clock in Canberra.
He's making his way into the cage. That's right, we are almost about to start fight number 2. This fight sponsored by OzCap.
Fighting out of the red corner, Riley Lutton.
Making his way to the cage from the red corner, we have Riley Lutton coming out of Warrior Training Academy in Brookvale, Sydney. And we talked about a big walkout song from Brad Carroll. I think we have just as big of a walkout song from his opponent, Riley Lutton, who is also looking absolutely no nonsense as well. Straight out, not wasting no time, straight out to the cage. Staring straight into the camera there. Obviously, I think this one's going to be a fun one to watch because both boys are itching to get into the cage.
Yeah, absolutely not wasting any time at all. Are both gentlemen for fight number 2.
That's right. Riley Lutton has had one fight before. He was victorious in that one, so he's obviously looking to improve his record to 2-0, while we have Brad Carroll making his debut, looking to get his first win under his belt. When we talked to Riley about his style, or his favourite weapons, he said he's a striker, but he is an all-round fighter, so no doubt we're going to see a bit of everything here, and hopefully we'll see another absolute cracker of a fight for fight number 2.
Yeah, if they are going by fight number 1 tonight, fight number 2 and the rest of the card are going to be well-matched fights, are going to be fireworks from start to finish. And ladies and gentlemen, we're only on fight number 2. We have got another 11 fights, including this fight for you tonight, including a professional welterweight title on the line in our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds at a catch weight of 74 kilograms. It is brought to you by OzCap. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist making his debut. He stands 182 centimeters tall, weighing in at 72.4 kilograms. Fighting out of Flux Jiu Jitsu in Newcastle, New South Wales, Bradley Carroll. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a record of 1 win and no losses. He stands 179 centimeters tall, weighing in at 73 kilograms. Fighting out of the Warrior Training Academy in Brookvale, New South Wales, Riley Lutton! When the action begins, your referee is Diana Tunderlin.
And just like that, we talked about them both being no nonsense. Guys, that entire time that they were standing in the cage just then, both of them pacing back and forward, but their eyes did not unlock from each other that entire time. They were staring into each other's souls. It's intense in here. And just like that, we get underway of fight number 2. Riley opening up with a quick jab. We've got Brad Carroll there in the southpaw. So we got our classic southpaw orthodox fight here. So you'll see usually the battle for the lead foot position in this southpaw orthodox style fight.
Yes, Brad steps in with a nice left body kick, landing clean on Riley Lutton. As he then lands the inside leg kick on Brad. We'll see that lead leg definitely play a factor in this fight.
That's it, and they're happy to sort of play at range here. It seems both boys are trying to sort of get a bit of a read on each other. And flush! And just like that, we see Riley Lutton engaging in that scramble to get back up. He is back up. And he has put Brad Carroll against the cage. He lands a big right hand. This is fireworks. And just like that, Riley lands a head kick back, partially blocked there by Brad. What a crazy start.
Yeah, absolutely insane start. Bradley Carroll dropping Riley Lutton with a left high kick, but Riley Lutton, not phased, gets back to his feet, utilises that clinch and gets back to range and then lands a head kick of his own. We're back and forth here in the second fight of the night.
What a first minute of this fight. I think both boys now are feeling quite comfortable in there. They're starting to get the range, starting to sort of feel each other out, and they're really starting to put a bit on these strikes now.
Yeah, I think they've both seen that they can hurt each other, and they're throwing caution to the wind.
They're both throwing head kicks as Riley Lutton just slipped on that attempt there.
Yeah, eats a left and a right for his trouble, making his way back to his feet, and Brad goes with the right kick to the body this time.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a blood nose coming from Riley there. Not bothered by it at all. And again, boys are trading head kicks, which is a bit wild.
Bit different this second fight of the night comparatively to our first. We're seeing a battle of striking as opposed to the wrestling and jiu-jitsu we did see in our first fight of the night.
Nice little combo there from Brad, and well, we actually are seeing some nice defense from both these boys. Even though they're quite early on in their careers, we're seeing them actually defend a lot of these strikes here. We've kind of got a technical striking chess match here.
Yeah, Brad Carroll throwing that left high kick up once again, and Riley Lutton with a right high kick.
Oh, and just like that, we pretty much have the opposite of what happened earlier. A step-in right kick up high from Riley Lutton, and the boys will finish the round on the feet, swinging, absolutely swinging. They're trading hooks and straights in there, and they show of respect there as they touch the gloves and head back to their corners. Man, what a first round! And these boys, we have Riley Lutton, who's had one fight through the Alta program, and we've got Brad Carroll making his debut. And my goodness, if this is their first fight, both of these boys have got a long career ahead for sure.
Absolutely right, Danielle. Bradley Carroll and Riley Lutton putting on a show here for our live attendance and all of you watching on the stream as well. Both getting hurt in that first round. Both coming back and both landing shots after that as well.
And trading head kicks, that's wild. We did ask them about their prediction. Brad said, a KO in round one, and to be honest, he got very, very close to that round one KO. And Riley said, I'm getting a finish. So both these boys are hunting. They are hunting for the finish. A win is not enough. They're both staring, eyes locked on each other once again. Here we go, round number 2 of fight number 2.
Yeah, both looking...
Diana gets him under the way.
Both looking for that finish, and I think it might be a war of attrition here. See how the boys open up for round 2, see how they recovered from getting hurt in round number 1. They look sharp, they look ready to go.
And round round 2 is always interesting because we see if there's any changes that they make after hearing their advice from their coaches in the corner. We're seeing them be a little bit more calculated sort of in this first part of round number 2. We'll see the changes they've made. Again, they both appear to be trying to set up their rear kicks. Again, this is the Southpaw Orthodox dilemma, where their rear kicks are a little bit slower because they're much further away, but they're still just as powerful. Both pouring at that lead hand here and fighting for that lead foot position and lead foot battle. And we see Riley switching to Southpaw, throwing that sort of inside lead leg kick.
Yeah, Brad reaching out with the straight left hand. Riley Lutton just out of range of it as he throws an overhand right and a left kick of his own off the guard of Brad Carroll. The crowd here waiting for the next big moment to happen.
Well, it was a big first round out of both of these boys. They've taken a bit of time to sort of calm down a bit in this second round and trying to sort of snipe each other. It seems like they're both trying to have some really nice, crisp, combos, and they're really trying to, find their opportunities for those big moments again. We're not seeing them sort of continuously throwing head kicks now. They're really trying to set stuff up.
Yeah, they both exchange lead hooks, but Brad Carroll follows it up with a right hand, straight left hand, splitting the guard of Riley Lutton. As the right hand left high kick comes again Bradley Carroll's way.
And he throws up that right kick again, and in return, Brad tries to set up that left high kick. Both boys here really utilizing a lot of the similar weapons. Like, this is a very well-matched fight in terms of both these boys kind of similar game plans. Both happy to just have it on the feet.
Yeah, both happy at this point with this fight standing, and they're both having success, so I don't think they've got to change their game plan. The straight left hand splits the guard once again of Riley Lutton, and Brad Carroll now engages into the clinch.
And we have our first sort of tie-up here, or sort of grappling exchange in this fight here. Brad taking the opportunity to land a knee there.
Yeah, 10-second clapper to end round number 2. It looks like we'll end here on the fence. What a round 2 it was. More calculated from the boys, a little bit more adjustments made. They're getting into their work nicely, and both boys having some success.
Both boys looking a little bit more tired now after we finish the second round. Obviously, a big 2 rounds in the books for both these guys. Obviously, the pace of that first round was insane. Both battling some adversity, both firing those head kicks, which is just wild. And both landing and having success. And again, landing and having success with very similar weapons. So this one, as you said, a war of attrition is going to be who, I really think both teams in the corners are probably telling their fighters, we need to put a stamp on this fight. Go out there and make this round yours.
Absolutely.
I'd hate to be the judges on this one.
Yeah, this is a tough one to score, but a beautiful one to watch. Live here at the Lutton College Canberra for Endouro Fight Series 6.
That's it. Our stream tonight brought to you by Elite Video Productions, obviously being streamed on Combatants. So thank you for joining us here. We are in round number 3 of fight number 2. Bradley Carroll and Riley Lutton. Both boys, again, looking to set up those rear kicks with their hands. So we're seeing, 1-2s. We're also seeing like straight rear hands. Oh, and just like that, Riley landing a flush punch there, well timed. Brad Carroll making his way back to the cage, fighting his way back up, and Riley just puts him back down. Again, both boys battling adversity here. And just like that, Brad Carroll is back up and he has reversed the position, putting Riley on the cage, but they are absolutely battling it out here. They're so well matched in terms of, clearly experienced weapons and fight style.
Yeah, Riley Lutton catching Bradley Carroll on the button with that overhand right. Drops him for a second, but Bradley Carroll back on to the pressure into
Looks
the
like he's
fence.
searching for that single leg there. Riley managed to take Brad down there in return, and they just traded left hooks there.
Yeah, Riley Lutton pushing forward now. They reset center cage and another overhand right off the guard this time of Brad Carroll. They reset right on that Endouro Fight Series logo center cage, and they look like they're going to go to war for the remainder of this third round.
And again, they trade head kicks. This is absolutely insane. The amount of effort that goes into throwing and landing a head kick, and they are like both throwing them and responding. Both fighters bleeding. What a battle.
Yeah, absolute war here in fight number 2.
We're seeing Riley successfully unload with a couple of combos there, and then they trade in the pocket, throwing again almost the same weapons as each other. What a fight.
Yeah, the boys taking deep breaths, mouths open.
And their corners are both screaming at each other. Riley's starting to unload here on Brad, and just as I say that, Brad pushes forward. What a war of attrition.
Overhand left.
Oh, and he lands a straight left. These boys are absolutely swinging. The crowd is going wild here. Riley setting up that head kick once again, but both boys, you can tell, are giving it everything they have. They're tired in there. And again, we're getting that almost the same combos from both fighters.
Yeah, Bradley Carroll eating a lot here from Riley Lutton, but firing back some shots of his own and having
going to the body there.
Beautiful from both these boys as they take a deep breath. 10 seconds to
10 seconds,
go.
they're going to finish it in the center of the cage here.
They are lefts and rights from Riley Lutton. Bradley Carroll throws a left of his own and another as they trade to end fight number 2.
Fight.
The boys are exhausted. Both got dropped in fight number 2. What a fight it was. Bradley Carroll and Riley Lutton putting on an absolute war here.
I can tell you that they are definitely trying to come for that bonus. Both boys showed some heart in there. Both boys being dropped, both boys being hurt. We had blood already from our second fight of the night. Wow, what a performance from Brad Carroll and Riley Lutton.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, how the judges see it. Both fighters getting dropped in this fight. We'll see how they scored it. But
great fight. Both of these boys, as we said, are going to have a big career in the sport if that's what they choose to do. Because if this is the performance that both these boys are putting on in their debut or in their second fight, that is a massive, massive fight. We're seeing them do techniques that a lot of people don't do until sort of very later on in their career, and putting together combinations and finding a home for some of those big shots, those head kicks that were landing. But we also saw some good defense in there as well. But that was definitely a fight for the crowd.
Absolutely was, and they were going wild by the end of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards, declaring your winner by split decision. From the blue corner, Bradley Carroll. This fight was brought to you by OzCap.
Points decision victory here in fight number 2. The judges were not in agreement, but 2 of them did give it the way of Bradley Carroll. Riley Lutton, hold your head up high, my friend. You fought hard to the end, and you did get the nod from at least one of our judges' cage side. What a tight fight it was. As I said before, both fighters getting dropped in the fight, both having extremely successful exchanges where they both landed.
My goodness, that was an insane fight, and no wonder it was a split points decision, to be honest. I would not have wanted to judge that fight.
Bradley, all action in that fight. How are you feeling?
Oh, mate, I'm fucking gassed, but fucking ups to Riley, man. He's fucking, yeah, hell was hard.
Would you be keen to run that one back? Because I'm sure plenty of people would love to see it again.
I'll give it 6 months, mate. I'm busy with life and stuff, so I can only do it really once a year, but fucking yeah, I would be keen, but up to Riley whether he wants to move on. We can move on or we can run it back even. It doesn't matter.
How did you feel in that last round when that onslaught was coming on?
Last round, he's wild, man. It was just like mad hooks coming. I was trying to cover up and fucking, you know how it is when you're tired, you just fucking let them all through. Fucking hard head, I guess. So.
What was the game plan coming into tonight? Because you did really take the ascendancy early on.
Yeah, look, I was just going to come in, try and work my jab a bit, but definitely that head kick you saw the first round. Jumped in there a bit quick, tried to get the finish, but and he grappled up, he did really well, grappled up, and fucking obviously came back and started really putting the pace on me in the third one, but yeah, no, not really much of a game plan, just fucking jab and kick and be a weird southpaw. Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of people you'd like to thank as well.
Oh yeah, thanks to all my training partners, special thanks to all my coaches and Steve McCarthy, he wants a big thanks, but of course a special thanks to my girlfriend Emily. She's been so supportive, so yeah, big thanks to everyone else. If I've forgotten anyone, I'm sorry, but thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Bradley Carroll.